Hey everyone, Nick Engvall here. Before we get into today's episode, I want to tell you about some of the people that make the sneaker history community and this podcast possible. It's more important than ever to think about who you give your money to when you're buying clothing to go with your kicks. Our friends at Guilty Goods started their brand with a goal of giving back, especially to the communities that make sneaker culture possible. With every purchase from Guilty Goods, at least 10% of the proceeds are donated to organizations like Big Brothers and Big Sisters, the Susan G. Komen Foundation, the Movement for Black Lives, and many more. You can save 30% on your order by using the code HISTORY at guiltygoods.us. Again, that's history at guiltygoods.us for 30% off, and you can feel good about your purchase knowing you're supporting a meaningful cause. Sneakers are all about presentation, and if you're like me, displaying your kicks at home or in the office is just as important as when they're on your feet. Sneaker Throne makes sneaker display cases featuring customizable LED lights, drop-side cases to showcase the entire side of the shoe, not just the heel or the toe, the whole shoe. They've also got display cases for trading card collectors and hat collectors. To me, it's the perfect way to display your collection. You can save at least 10% on your Sneaker Throne order by using the code HISTORY at sneakerthrone.com. That's history at sneakerthrone.com. If you're a Patreon supporter or a member of our Discord community, you already know about Kicks with V Hot Sauce and his small batch, locally sourced hot sauce. V has been one of the biggest supporters of sneaker history and the podcast since the early days. He's currently the defending champion in our community trivia nights competition. Kicks with V Hot Sauce has been a huge hit with the community. You can save 10% on your order by using the code SneakerHistory10 at kickswithvhots.com. That's SneakerHistory10 at kickswithvhots.com. Now, you're probably here because you like sneakers, and if you join the Discord, you know our community is about so much more than that. Whether it's the marathon-like community calls, trivia night debates, the in-person meetups, or just sharing our favorite experiences, we found that although we have such different backgrounds, we all have some unexpected shared passions. Not only does the entire community look out for each other when it comes to releases, we're like a support group for life in general. You can join the Discord community for free by heading to the show notes of this episode. After you're done listening to this episode, tell someone you like their kicks today. You never know how far a simple compliment can take you, and we all know how good it feels to have someone show their appreciation. Now let's get into today's episode. What up, what up? Welcome back to the Sneaker History Podcast. Hey, before we get into this episode, I wanted to tell you about a couple of our partners. These are some of the folks that help us keep the podcast going, and they've been nice enough to offer some exclusive discounts for our listeners. Now, if you've watched us on YouTube, you all know how we love to display our kicks when we're not rocking them. Sneaker Throne makes sneaker display cases featuring customizable LED lights, drop-side cases to showcase your entire shoe, not just the heel, not just the toe, shoe trees, a number of other sneaker-related accessories. You can save 10% on your Sneaker Throne order by using the code HISTORY. You can find a link to Sneaker Throne in the description, or you can just head to sneakerhistory.com/sneakerthrone and it will send you directly to their site. Again, that's 10% off with the code HISTORY. Our friends at Prospect are the premier streetwear brand and sneaker boutique based in sunny San Diego, California. One of my favorite places. Prospect is not your typical hypebeast haven, though. They carry classic footwear from brands like Asics, New Balance, Puma, Saucony, as well as local and globally known streetwear brands like Belief, Illust, Rottweiler, Stussy, and many others. Not to mention their own Prospect label and the iconic Just a Kid from Dago collection. If you're a listener of the podcast, you can save 10% on all of your orders from Prospect through their website with the code HISTORY10. That's promo code HISTORY10 at PRSPCTSD.com. If you or someone you know is interested in sponsoring the podcast or becoming a partner with our community, get in touch with us. You can reach us by email at podcast@sneakerhistory.com, and we'll get back to you with information about how we can partner. And now for today's episode.
Jordan trying to shake off Starks. Oh, what a move!
LeBron James with no regard for human life. 12 seconds. Bryant for the win.
Iverson against Gill, the crowd on its feet. Allen for the win.
Welcome to the Sneaker History Podcast.
What up, what up? Welcome back to the Sneaker History Podcast. My name's Nick Engvall, and this episode is going to be a unique one because rather than do a traditional podcast, we want to showcase our community. We wanted to talk to the people in our Discord and actually let them kind of share their thoughts on the Discord, what they like about it, what we can do to improve it, and in general, just talk some kicks with our community. So for our podcast listeners, this is kind of an inside look at what our trivia nights and our Zoom calls look like. We do those each once a month if you're a member of the Patreon and Discord. So just gives you an idea of the type of people that are in the Discord community and what you can expect if you join. So I hope you enjoy this episode. It's just kind of a conversation with a handful of folks, and, of course, sneaker related, sneaker focused. But otherwise, I'll stop rambling. Enjoy the show. Hey, what's good, everybody? Welcome to Sneaker History Twitch podcast. It's not really either of those things. I guess it's Twitch technically, but in following suit with Rohit's idea of having the Sneaker History podcast host go through their, semi-annual or quarterly talk through about what's good and what's not. Figure I want to do the same thing with some of the folks from the community. So we'll have a bunch of different people on tonight, hopefully, and just kind of talk some sneakers, see how things are going. So far I got Rohit, which everybody knows. Dalton, everybody in the community knows. Looks like Dandon's here.
What's up, people?
How's it going, Dalton? Like I said, you are one of the more prominent cat daddies, if you will, of our Discord, and your credentials are over your left shoulder as my cat walks in. And we just entered this room, and she already somehow has a new white streak on her tail, and she's also left an autograph. So really, the joys of cat ownerdom, if you will. So, and how's it going, Dondon? I'm making sure I pronounce that correctly. All right, good talk. Yeah, fantastic. I didn't think about it.
We can't hear or see you, but I'm going to take you off the stream, but let us know if you actually get back on there.
Excellent.
I figured this might be pretty challenging, but yeah, got Mario in the chat. Oh man. So one of the things that I've been wanting to kind of dig into. Oh, look at this. Hold on.
What up?
Oh, man.
The birthday boy himself.
What up, peoples?
Happy birthday, Mike.
What up?
And others are playing checkers, and Mike is repping his San Antonio Spurs with that lovely...
No. Darth Vader, son.
Oh, that's incredible.
Oh, he's straight grilling.
Yes, sir.
That is incredible.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Grill time. I had to pop in. I was like, well, might as well hop in while I'm getting the meats right.
This is such top-tier 21st century dadding right here.
Seriously.
At its finest.
Man.
Finest.
So, Mike, what's on the menu today? Oh, and there's the other. Without steak, you need a good sauce, and right on cue, here comes Varian.
Right.
What is going on?
Pops up. What's up, Varian?
What's going on? You wearing an apron?
Yes, sir.
Mike's straight grilling right now, man.
Nice. Look at you. What's up, everybody? How you doing?
Good, bro.
We're just living our lives.
Great, Varian. How about yourself, man?
Not too bad. Could be better. Just found out I have some issues with the car, so I'm like, yay.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Apparently, I probably ran over something on the road, and it basically just took out the the plastic covering that covers everything from the inside on the outside underneath. I don't know how to describe it.
That happened to me a month ago, dude. Blew my radiator out.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
oh no, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So I'm driving on the highway and I hear this thing that's flapping. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I thought maybe the tire, because I have run flats, but they're all performance tires. Mm-hmm. So I pull over, I check, tires look fine. Everything looked fine. Today, I get my oil changed on Monday. And the guy doing my oil change tells me that whole thing is coming out, it's messed up. So he took a zip tie to kind of hold it in place. Yeah, I was like, wow, man. Shit.
Dang, I know the feeling.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that's no good. I think my car's out of inspection right now. I should probably get on that.
Yeah, I just sold a pair of Black Cement 4, so hopefully that would cover the cost of the car.
Hopefully, man.
Yeah, God damn it! I can't win.
Hey, that's why it's good to have shoes laying around, man. You never know when something like this pops up. Boom, sell it, got fun for it.
I know.
There he is.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hey, what's up, man?
Not much, man. Just finishing up. Just came in from the early dinner.
Nice.
So what's on the grill, man, Mike?
We got pork chops and corn on the cob right now.
Nice.
So any particular reason you're grilling other than it's just a beautiful day in July?
Dude, so my wife bought me
Texas.
the grill for my birthday. She gave it to me about a week early. I think it's going on probably 10 days straight of me grilling. It might be like a drug addiction at this point. Like, what do you eat? I don't know. Insert grilled food at that point because that's all we eat in the Guillory household.
Nice.
Now, you guys ever remember that Smart Guy episode where I think Floyd and Mo were doing a streak, but it was in the dead of Washington, D.C.'s winter?
Yes.
And the final beat was them freezing while they were cooking ostrich burgers. So there you go, Mike. If there's an ostrich burger...
But I'm in 110-degree Houston weather. You know, I'm sweating as soon as I step outside because of humidity. So that's how we roll.
Can we just take a quick second time out and appreciate that Roy pulled out Smart Guy?
Yeah, I mean...
Listen, man.
But we all love it.
I don't even know what that is. Probably showing my age.
All right.
No. It was probably... I would say this. It was everything Even Stevens thought it was. That's my deep cut Disney reference.
Hey.
Never watched that either.
Definitely.
Yeah. I'm a Dalton. I'm lost.
Yeah, you guys were actually cool in high school. Some of us were not. Okay, some of us had
right there with you, bro.
How dare you accuse me of being cool?
we support the Maori family over here.
Yes, exactly. Tamara, TJ,
get in the bag.
All of them.
I was just never a Disney person.
No, it's for the best.
Yeah, definitely. Oh man, so hey, do we pronounce your name Dandon or like Dondon?
Yep, that's right.
Dandon. Okay. How's the podcast going, man?
It's pretty good. You know what? I was talking to an old friend. You probably know him. His name is Kevin Bailey. His name sound familiar?
Yeah, a little bit. How do I know that name?
Yeah, so he's from Nike Talk. He's one of my good friends back in Virginia. Yeah, so I was like telling him, yeah, like I'm in this Discord group, you know, and then Nick and Boy, like, holy shit, like I haven't talked to Nick since my daughter was born. So he wanted to say hi to you. And,
nice, man. Cool. Tell him I said what up.
Trying to get him on the the Discord like soon. So
yeah,
that'd be awesome.
That'd be dope. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Mike, did I just see your Darth Vader apron blink?
Yep. Has lights on it.
Holy crap.
The
wow.
Talk about it, Mike.
Next level,
nice.
Bro. We come out here, we're not only cooking, but we're making
nice.
effects while we're out here.
Nice. I just came with my sneaker history hoodie, that's all.
Yo, hey, we put some lights in that bad boy, too.
Yeah, awesome. My sneaker history shirt should be getting to me eventually. I don't know when.
Yeah, I should have them hopefully this week starting to ship out. So
sweet. Nice. Really looking forward to that EQT color one.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited to see them finished. So
yeah, Nick actually makes his warehouse employees actually take bathroom breaks. That's why it's taking so long.
Allegedly.
Oh man, yeah. I've toyed with the idea of going different routes with that and just being like, oh, let me do just like Spreadshirt or one of those like order on demand things. But
like
every time I order like a sample from one of the places, it just comes back like I wouldn't be happy if this showed up in the mailbox. So why would I try to sell this to somebody?
Right.
I feel ya.
The place that Chris has his Since apparel t-shirts being made are pretty good, or at least
yeah.
I like the way the t-shirt came out. It feels good.
I need to get one of those. I missed the first pre-order, but I think I might have to grab one of these that South Beach color.
To match your shoes.
Yep.
Oh no.
It's all right. My phone keeps. I keep getting messages through Discord, and it shook my phone. I almost fell off the balcony of that little patio. That would have been a terrible way to skip in the evening. All right.
Yeah, don't let the phone falling into the grill.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, that's the last thing. I mean, we'll just hold it. I don't trust myself anymore.
Yeah, I was going to say, one of the other podcasts I listen to, they have a reoccurring bit where the listeners tell them what are all the bad things that have happened to them as they've been listening to the podcast. So I'm wondering what is the worst thing that could happen to us. And right now it might be Mike losing his phone. So I'm hoping that doesn't actually happen.
All right. We're going to eliminate the threat and just hold it.
Okay, fair enough.
It's okay, man. Reebok's going to send him a new iPhone at some point.
Oh,
I mean, that's cool. Yo, bring it on down. Let's do it.
I'm waiting for the Mike is I'm taking my talents to Beantown and joining the Reebok team tweet pretty soon.
Yeah.
So,
Bach boys.
One day we'll see. We're not going to put that in anybody's ear, but we're going to put that in somebody's ear. You know what I'm saying?
listen, I'm speaking it into existence because it needs to be spoken into existence. What up, Andrew?
What up, guys?
What's going on, man?
What's going on?
Oh man, this is dope.
So we got Mike's on the grill. I don't know if he's feeding everybody tonight or he's just showing out, but
Yo, I mean, as long as
enough dry ice, we'll take it.
Hot sauce for everybody. We got pork chops for everybody. We're good.
There you go.
I got you. Like, all I have is a Huel. That's it. Like, I'm hungry for some meat.
Oh man.
I'm on a juice cleanse. This is
nice.
oh man.
Tough.
But hearing about grilling and hot sauce and
Well, you can always grill fruits and then blend it.
There you go. Grilled pineapple smoothie.
that's terrific.
How much longer on the cleanse, Andrew?
I just today.
Oh,
Yeah, my weekend was spent up with the folks who are on like a vegan diet, which is basically to them it's just pasta and everything else. So I needed
That's crazy.
I needed a little bit of a reset. Anyway, now that we're talking about my digestion,
Listen, I'm waiting for the Discord channel that deals exclusively with gastroenterology problems because then I can be like, okay, here's my UC support group. Hey,
it'll be beautiful. It'll be a beautiful thing.
Yeah, and then
one.
for sure. And then we can have everybody do that. Hey, everybody, Dr. Nick, like hello, and then I'll die happy man.
Fantastic impression.
he's my favorite, and that's pretty good.
Thank you, guys.
That was pretty good.
Nick,
So-
do we have enough quorum to get started?
Yeah, let's do it. I just figured. I don't know. Do you want to roll with the questions? You could roll with the questions since you kind of ran the other one.
Sure. So same thing as always. We wanted to kind of take a moment to reflect back on everything that's happened this calendar year. And the question I'm going to ask these guys, as always, is what's something that they've loved in this past half year? What's something that they've hated? And then also, what's their hope for the back half of the year? I think that's a pretty straightforward, I guess, explanation of the exercise. So who wants to go first?
I'll go first. I didn't buy shit, so
There we go.
I'm thankful I was able to kind of maintain that, and I guess it's a blessing in disguise, but I still can't access my sneakers account and my Nike Plus account, so that's been helping me.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, it took them a month for IT to even shoot me an email, and yeah, nothing yet.
What happened? Was it just like, was it while you were waiting or while you had put your order down for a particular pair of shoes and that's when you realized?
No, so I occasionally just would factory reset my phone to clear out like erroneous junk and then load everything back on. And that's when the issues started. Like, you know, I mean, I can still go on Nike.com and log in, no problem. But for sneakers and Nike Plus, just can't seem to get in. Not that I'm buying anything anyway. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. But yeah, other than that, like, no, you know, I'm so excited to see other people win, you know, stuff like Nick, for example. And then I'm just waiting to see Mike form that Megazord, you know, box.
Bro, trust me, every time I go on the computer, I'm like, I can just buy this right now. And I'm just like, no, don't do it. You're going to find yourself in a weird black hole of sneakers.
Or you can just hit up your boys at Reebok. I don't know, like, you know.
Yeah.
They seem to throw you everything else.
Yo, I mean, I would love to get this box with the full, you know, let's go ahead and load them up. But
like, yo, I would tell them, like, yo, I want to form the Megazord, and I'll put it on my channel. You'll see it move. I'll play my son.
It.
Yeah, you know, like, just
me and my son
pimp your son out again.
Some Lego engines.
Mike, I'm just waiting for the revelation that you are somehow connected to both the Iverson and the Watt family. So that way,
man, I'd love to figure that out. I mean, if someone can get me in there. It's like, look, guys, just give us a sneaker history colorway. And let's make it happen.
Hey, what's good, Brayden?
Right back.
what's up?
What's going on,
man?
Happy birthday!
Thank you.
Yes.
That's cute.
No, good. What you doing?
Wait, it's somebody's birthday for real?
Yeah, it's Mike's birthday.
Mike's birthday.
Oh,
Yep.
Oh,
I didn't know that. Happy birthday, Mike.
Thanks, dude. Be right back.
No, I think Zordon might be occupied right now with one of the Power Rangers. So. Who wants to go next? Baron, would you like to go next?
I think he just went.
Baron just went.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Yeah.
What's the question again?
No. I apologize. That's on me. The question was, what's something you guys have all enjoyed in this half year thus far when it comes to sneakers?
The first half of this year, well, I think I joined the Discord towards the beginning of the year.
Oh, this one.
Maybe late.
No.
Maybe very late last year. I can't quite remember, but it's basically been the first half of this year, and it's been pretty awesome. Met a lot of really cool friends, and it's definitely been a positive thing in my life lately. It was just this group, this community, just cool people to talk to sneakers about. It's real awesome.
Awesome.
Has it cost you more in sneaker purchases?
Yes, but I'm going to try to take the next 2 or 3 months off of buying shoes.
Nice.
Would that be a mission accomplished, as in, increasing his bills, or not?
Honestly, no, that's definitely not my goal. My goal is to downsize. So, but I also have to be thankful for Dalton, because he's also not only brought a lot of good conversation into my life, but also made me spend money on shit that I just didn't need to spend money on too. So I was asking because I was like, yeah, this guy's made me spend too much on shoes so far. So
the Trash Pandas hat.
Yeah, and the Trash Pandas hat. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. What else did I make you spend money on?
Actually, now that I think about it, I did not end up getting the information Vans.
Oh, you didn't? Okay. I didn't think you did. I tried, like I when we were talking about it, I didn't bid on it. The guy relisted them, and I forgot to go on there, and somebody bid like as it closed or whatever, and I ended up messaging him and being like, hey, like if that, I just totally spaced this. If that guy, whoever bought that, doesn't pay, I'll gladly pay more than what you were asking for just so I can have them. But he was like, no, the guy ended up paying and stuff. So of course the next pair that showed up is like, $100 more or $150 more. Like, yeah, I'm pretty happy that I got both of mine for around $120, which I think is more than fair for that shoe.
Yeah, definitely.
Who wants to go next?
Yeah, I will.
Awesome.
So I think Dalton really nailed it on the head with the thankful for the Discord, because I gotta be honest, it's the best thing going on right now, because we are a fun as F group. I don't know if you can swear in a podcast, so I'm just gonna err on the side of caution. So but on a little bit more of a materialistic side, I'm glad the LeBron 8s are all retroing, like the best colorways of LeBron 8, because that's my favorite shoe ever, and they're easier to get than the worst Jordan colorways. So like, it's pretty dope. But I mean, seeing like how the South Beach and then the SVSM are both retroing in like the next year, like the next foreseeable future, is kind of blowing my mind, because this is all stuff. This is like past Grail status for me. But now I'm going to get them for under retail. But but really, the Discord is really it. It's like, it's our corner of the universe where everything is peaches and roses, and everybody likes Star Wars, or if they don't, they have a funny reason why not. And we can post Golden Girls gifts and not feel bad about it. Or
I know.
Exactly.
Yeah. I was going to say, thank you for being our friend, Andrew. Like,
exactly.
Seriously.
We've traveled down the road and we're coming back again.
Yeah. Hey, I have to say too, it was one of my favorite moments in this whole Discord community experience was you buying a house and sharing it with all of us, like the day you get your
that's
house.
awesome.
That was amazing, man.
That was
awesome.
That was cool. I mean, if it wasn't for the Jordan 10s I bought off of Mike, that would be my favorite pickup of the year. I'm actually wearing those right now, coincidentally. But
nice.
No, thank you, Nick. I can't wait to I can't wait for prices on airlines to go down so y'all can come visit. Because right now everybody wants to travel again, and then they're going to realize air travel sucks, and they're going to come back, and they're going to go right back to Earth.
Hey man, East Coast meetup this later.
Yeah, we're gonna work on
this
that
year.
Like try mid August, I think.
Sweet.
Terrific. All right.
Yeah.
I'm anxious to see who's next.
I'll go next. Yeah. So same thing what everybody was saying. Like the Discord was definitely like the biggest positivity like for me this year, as far as like, you know, getting to meet people, and even what Nick was saying, like if you guys still remember what the old Nike Talk community was, it reminded me of what everyone like was watching out for each other. No one's here to make a profit. Everyone's watching each other's back. Everyone has their best interests, and it really makes me like happy when I see people ask for help. Like, hey, like, can you get me 11.5? Can you give me a 12? Can you give me a 9? No problem. You know, sometimes like, you know, if we hit or not, at least, you know, there's like the effort that people make for each other. So I think that's a very positive thing. And, you know, everybody gets along, you know, no one's being big headed. Everybody's very, you know, everybody's very level headed, you know, as far as like the community. And then also like everybody has the same interest with sneakers, you know, as far as like pretty much, you know, like I'm sure people bought a bunch of stuff because of this Discord. I bought a bunch of stuff. I have to admit it. My favorite part of this Discord was when the whole undefeated Air Force One and Dunk. So everyone was like, "Hey, you guys ready? You know, you can still card. I got like 2 pairs, this and that." It was like crazy. Like, and then, you know, even when people didn't even get their like confirmations and people were just watching out for each other. So to me, like that was actually like the highlight, like for me, like just everybody just has that good camaraderie.
Yeah.
That undefeated drop was really great too.
That was awesome.
That should probably be included in best half of the year, because everyone seemed like that one two seemed like they got them.
And those joints were dope. Like I know, like the Air Force One was the consensus winner, but I love my Dunks. Like I'm just so stoked that that happened.
Yeah, you and Todd are both still cheesing on those.
They're houndstooth, man. Houndstooth.
Pretty rad.
Those Air Force Ones, they were made very well, like my opinion, for quality. And I haven't seen the Dunks myself, but for me, like just getting them, like wow, like they really did a great job on them.
I should wear my forces soon.
Yep, you should. Like now.
As T told me, that's one of the best channels in our Discord is the "What did you wear today?"
Without a doubt.
Yeah,
that's definitely one of my favorites. Just seeing all the variety. There's so many different people, different types of shoes in there every day.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I feel like I'm a broken record complaining about this, but I always hate about Instagram and about, you know, some of the other platforms where I see like the same post from like 12 different people, and it's not even like people, it's like some big media account, right? And it's like the exact same post with a different logo in the corner, like repeated. It's like Bleacher Report and you know, Sports Illustrated and Nice Kicks and Sneaker News and Soul Collector and Complex, and it's like we could space this out or we could mix it up or do something different, but like that's kind of my favorite thing about the Discord is just seeing that like it's not everybody wearing the same old, like I don't know if it's like the same old Off-Whites and Travis Scotts and all that stuff. Even though they show up once in a while, I still feel like it's few and far between on there.
So what you're saying is we're cooler than PJ Tucker.
And
let's not go that far.
I mean, I love that Langston and PJ Tucker like really dig into sneakers, right? Like they are the two guys in the league that go hunting for things that most people don't even know exist, right? And so I have to give them props for that.
His shoe looks really cool too.
Yeah, and his shoe looks great. I'm excited to see it. Hopefully it actually, you know, I mean, hopefully that's something that we can all get our hands on. Like, you know, it seems like that would be the way he would do it, but obviously I don't know him personally. So I have met him a couple of times, but I should try to get him on the podcast because I think that would be a cool person to talk to about his journey and him going forward with sneakers, because obviously that's a huge endeavor. But so dope to see somebody that cares about sneakers the way he does, starting his own brand too. Because I feel like so many people are just like, cool, sneakers are cool right now. We can monetize these people and make money off of them.
That's how it goes.
Did you know when his
pretty adamant that the Clot Air Max 1 is our second sneaker history shoe of choice after the Black Cement Air Jordan 3.
Yeah, I joined that club today.
I was able to get that shoe for a good price, and that's just one of those. I love to see everyone win on that one. Like both colorways, both in the normal and then I guess that tea color. And no one's wearing them. Like Nick was saying, like you don't see pictures of people wearing them. I mean, the first couple days when they're out, yeah, you saw a couple people. But I swear our group is the only people who actually wear that shoe. And it's become one of my favorites of the year so far. So I just like that we're, kind of breaking the mold on that, I guess.
I'm not wearing a price tag, I don't care how much I got it for. I'm going to wear it because it's dope.
Exactly.
Yep.
Team Warriors sneakers for sure.
Yep.
Brian, do you want to go next? Because I feel like we need to hear from the young men of the group.
Yeah, I'll go next. Well, yeah, same sneaker history Discord is like a big deal for me because I feel like no one around me actually cares about sneakers. It's different to talk to you guys about sneakers than it is to people around me that say they like sneakers. It's just only Yeezys or Off-Whites. It's different. It's kind of a big deal to really talk about sneakers, And then, and then we got our first actual sneaker store in Utah that's not in Salt Lake, which is a kind of a big deal too.
Wow, where is it?
That's huge.
It's in Orem, so it's right by Provo. So it's finally there's an actual place I can go, where I can see the real stuff. So it's
that's
exciting.
Awesome, man.
Do you go to Park City to hit the Nike outlet over there?
Yeah, that's the best thing I can do, basically. But yeah.
We need to keep Brighton suited and booted because he is the future. I mean, inevitably, whenever sneaker history turns into sneaker history, the new class, or sneaker history, Fast and the Furious, like this Tekken trilogy, Brighton is very much Han. I feel like he's got a lot of Han vibes to him. So I want justice for Brighton right off the bat if we can do that.
I'll take that.
Yeah, Han's the coolest dude in the whole series.
Yeah.
Yeah,
definitely.
Family
over everything.
Fantastic movies lately.
I'm in the camp of the spinoff, so
yeah.
I'm Team Rock and Statham.
Hobbs and Shaw.
Yep, all day.
All day.
Variant.
Give me. I want Tokyo Drift 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9.
Oh yeah.
Just keep everything right in Tokyo. That's all I want.
Tokyo Drift is still the best one.
I agree. I agree by default because it's the only one I've actually seen. I came out of that movie needing a beer, but a good beer. Wow, that was cool. Let me get a beer.
I think they basically picked up where National Treasure never got us there, because I was really hoping National Treasure would have been the idiotic trilogy that keeps going and going and going. But we haven't even gotten to the third one yet, and I keep holding out hope that the next Fast and Furious.
I think the third one is actually coming out.
Yeah, it is? Okay.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting patiently.
Well, Nick Cage films 17 movies a year. He keeps signing on for more things. They're like, Nick, we still need to film National Treasure.
I love that franchise.
I'm just hoping we get him in space in the final Fast and the Furious movie, because I feel like space is probably the proper medium to truly unlock his potential as an actor, because I feel like there's a lot that we still haven't scratched yet on the surface. Oscar be damned.
Earth is canon in Star Wars, so there could be a crossover.
Yeah.
Dude, there's supposed to be a crossover between Jurassic Park and Fast and the Furious. I'd say that Universal wants to do that.
Right.
I can't seem to understand how that would work, but I don't make the big bucks to make those ideas, so I'll go see it. Take my
dream is that the Universal monsters, the classic Universal monsters, are going to meet up with the Fast and Furious guys. So it's just going to be Dom hitting Dracula with a charger.
Yes,
that is my dream.
Pretty much.
So this is how dumb I am. I thought you meant charger as in like a phone charger. I was like, I don't know if that's going to do much
damage. So he's got a big stake right on the front of a 69 Charger and just rams Dracula.
Fantastic.
The crazy part is that's not that far-fetched nowadays.
No, it isn't.
No, I mean, that I think you just wrote the script.
Did you see 9 yet?
No. Told you,
not yet.
I'm team
Hobbs and Shaw.
I'm the other team, Hobbs and Shaw.
Has anyone else seen 9?
Not yet.
I haven't seen it yet, but I will.
Oh my god!
I'll wait for 9 to like pop on HBO Max, and then I'll go watch it then.
I'm terrified I'm gonna like that movie and then have to go back and watch the first 8 and then get really sucked into the franchise and lore like I have.
Man, you can get the 8-movie collection for like $10 now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, but that's dangerous. That's real dangerous because, like, if I like the lore behind something, I'll go full bore into everything that they've ever done.
There is no lore.
Not much lore now.
There's no lore. Like, how fast can we go? How many cars can we wreck in an hour and a half time period?
The lore is one word: family.
Family.
What bugs me and also makes me happy on some level is the fact that it's the first franchise I can think of where they literally took the article out of the title and made that the title of a sequel, because we started off with the Fast and the Furious, and then the fourth one is called Fast and Furious, and I was like, okay,
right.
Like the efficiency of writing, these guys truly know what they're doing with the crap.
Right.
That fourth one is like, that's probably my least favorite.
It's a necessary bridge.
Yeah, it bridges.
It is a necessary bridge.
It bridges the original trilogy to the current saga, I guess.
To the next generation, because I think we basically saw, I guess, is Dom is Captain Kirk, but I mean, there's never really been a Spock in the traditional Fast and the Furious sense, is there?
Yeah, it's what's his face who died.
Paul Walker had to be the Spock.
But I felt he was more a Riker guy. Like, I feel like they transitioned where Dom and Brian had more of a Riker and Picard dynamic in the second portion, or the second trilogy.
Fair. Nick's probably like, these fucking nerds.
Yeah.
Hey, man, that's what we're here for.
That's the best part about the community, though, is we all have these things that we're just super nerdy about, and like somehow we go from sneakers to all these other things on a daily basis.
Yes,
but it always goes full circle, though, which is so funny because like someone's gonna rip a line from the Fast and Furious, and he's like, "Oh yeah, that reminds me of this shoe," like, and then it goes back, and then the circle begins anew. Because then we go into a different franchise, and then we go into something extra nerdy. You know what the craziest thing, though, is that the thing we get the least nerdy about is sports. Like,
it is kind of crazy because, like, the sports channel. I was surprised the football kits channel in the Discord like had like a really strong like few months where like there was just people talking about all these like. I don't know all the kits, right? I know like a few of the teams, a few of the players I can recognize. But then like once you get into like the nerdiness of like football kits, it's like basketball jerseys, right? Like I get nerdy about like the old Converse denim jerseys that were worn, back in the day, right? But like by Kentucky. But like only like a handful of people will be that into a particular thing to understand that. But then like with the football kits, I realized, man, I'm missing a whole lot here. I need to go do my research.
There's some cool ones.
Yes, for sure.
Did you guys see we got an official answer to the Para Nike SB uniforms? They refer to them as kits.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Piet Para referred to them as kits.
So things are so...
What's that?
The price point? Anyone know how much they're going to cost when they supposed to be like 20th or 21st on sneakers?
I haven't even seen the posting yet on sneakers that they're going to release it. I just went to the local skate shop that's in downtown Portland, and I asked them, like, hey, are you guys getting this? And they just looked at me like, who's making them? What is a kit? And I was like, oh, the jerseys? And then I literally had to show them the picture. And like, yeah, it's Nike, we'll get it. I was like, okay, I'll see you soon.
It's going to be out Friday, so go back on the 10th. Yeah, or Saturday. They're supposed
Is it? For some reason, I thought it was on the 18th that was coming out. Is it the 10th?
I think I got to look at the posting again, but I think it's the 10th in skate shops, and then the 20th or 21st on sneakers. But everything's been pushed back. Like, I mean, the South Beach is supposed to come out this weekend. Have been pushed back another 11 days. So, I mean, who knows? I just want one. I'm not trying to be greedy at this point.
It's probably going to be like $60, $70 or something like that.
I guess I'm okay with that. If I'm paying for $100 for a soccer jersey, I'm okay with that.
Those ZoomX Bruins are insane, and one of my favorite shoes of the year immediately after seeing them.
Wait, they got ZoomX Bruins now?
Yeah.
Because I was excited about the React Bruins, but what? They got
These ZoomX Bruins are incredible.
That's a game changer right there, man.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's a ZoomX drop-in midsole with a carbon fiber shank and all Flyknit upper. There's two colorways shown so far. One is based on a painting Mark Smith did of Sandy Bodecker, rest in peace, and the other is just an all-yellow one that was shown in the unveil of the full Nike SB kits.
That is a sneaker.
Ooh. Yeah, I love them. Travis and I were going on about them too.
The other thing I didn't realize about the kits, because I know that there is that inspiration where like they're getting an inspiration from USA for the basketball jersey and baseball for Japan and soccer for Brazil, and I forgot what France's inspiration was, but they're also releasing them in those different formats. So you could get a USA basketball jersey, you could also get a France basketball jersey or Brazil basketball jersey. So I just think like you have the possibility of 16 different jerseys, and that is appealing to me.
That is pretty dope.
That sounds pretty rad.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So do we want to continue with this? Because I think we're rocking with such a natural high. I don't even want to find out like what made people sad and angry this year.
Oh, you know me.
Even more fun.
Yeah, I mean, it's just... Who wants to start then? Because I feel like there's a little bit of misery loves company, and I think the one thing we do really well as a community is we like to help each other out through those miserable L's that we always see.
I'll let someone else take first on what they didn't like.
Brighton, go for it. I'm picking you.
Okay. I'll go. Okay, you see how that Nike released that exclusive access like list of how you're supposed to get it?
Mm-hmm.
For the past like I'd say like 3-4 months, I figured out that basically the more I interact, the more likely I am to hit on the drops and get exclusive access. So I've been doing a crazy amount of stuff for the past like 3 months, and now they release that thing, and all of a sudden I'm not getting anything. So I don't know. Maybe it's like nothing, but it feels like it's all of a sudden I'm going to stop getting stuff. So that's, I don't know.
It just hooks you in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing I was also kind of taken back by, because when I was reading the article and they're like, oh, here are some myths that people think. And I was like, you can say this all you want, but there's very hard opportunity for you to actually prove this narrative to be true or not. Because, okay, you're telling us multiple accounts won't get as much access, but how do you know really? Like maybe I spelled my name with a capital M in one account. Maybe it's all lowercase. Now I'm just being a jerk right now. But at the same time, like, I don't know. It just felt very disingenuous. And yeah, I just realized that regardless if I get early access or not, I'm still going to feel the same way the next time I take an L. Maybe it stings a little bit more. But yeah, I appreciate where you're coming from with that one, Brighton.
Yeah.
Only early access I've ever gotten is like random like clothing. I'm like, I don't want this. Like, take it back. Give me something worthwhile.
Yeah.
I have never gotten early access, but I also do not use the sneakers app.
You're better man.
I use it to try to get like one thing every 2 months, and then try to whoever is asking for an assist on something. That's it.
Nice.
I always get like notifications saying that like this such and such is available on the West Coast or whatever, and like there's no place around me that has access to it, so it's like pointless that they notify me.
Yeah.
Has anybody got that? I've never seen a real place that can get that.
Yeah, I mean, I know that it worked when I lived in LA.
Right.
It definitely, I mean, I'm not I guess like I'm, an hour and a half from San Francisco, but like by that, I mean, if Varian's Sneakers app was working by that, logic, he would be getting access to stuff too at the store there. So I don't know.
We just started getting access to it in Portland because I remember the first time Robbie texted me saying, "What the hell is this?" And he got selected for early access. And then I looked at my phone and I was like, "Oh, I missed it." But yeah, I always thought that was, and maybe I'm being regionally biased here, I was like, we're in your backyard. We should be able to get the same early access that these bigger city markets are. But alas, it was never meant to be. Greg, what about you? Welcome, first of all, to Brady Bunch Square.
How y'all doing? Sorry, I'm a little bit late.
All good.
So what's the official question here?
No, we were just wondering, what's because Brighton had mentioned that he doesn't like the kind of recent. And actually, you know what, Brighton, you say your piece because I'm going to butcher it. So tell us what you didn't like, so Greg can hear it from the horse's mouth, so to speak.
What's up, Brian? By the way,
nice to see you. What's up, Greg? Yeah, I basically I just was hating on sneakers a lot until they released that thing of how to get exclusive access, and all of a sudden I'm not getting anything. So I don't know if they think I'm not interacting enough anymore, but
that's super strange that you have been hitting. Because I mean I feel like I've heard that is the formula, right? The more that you buy from them, essentially, the more you're going to get picked to buy more products from them. And I found it to be very streaky. It's weird. Like, I will not hit on anything for a year straight, and then all of a sudden I'll start hitting on stuff. It's always for Robbie, for whatever reason. Anytime I try for something for Robbie, I hit. It's almost impossible for me to hit anything for myself, but that's fine. I don't really care. But yeah, and for other folks on the Discord, like, I've been hitting a lot this last year, of course, anytime. But the previous year I struck out on literally everything. So I don't know if it has anything to do with it, honestly. Mario. Yeah, that's super weird though, Platt, because from everything that I've understood, and maybe they've refigured their weird internal formula for who's allowed to cop what,
Yeah.
Maybe it's leaning more heavily on how often, how much you interact with the app, how often you share things from the sneakers app, things like that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I don't know. It's still a mystery that we're all trying to unravel, and I don't know that we're ever going to actually solve it because Nike doesn't want us to, probably, really, when it comes down to it.
Keep us on the hamster wheel.
They want the it's the carrot on the stick. It's the carrot on the stick forever, right? We'll keep coming back no matter what, release after release, no matter how many L's we take, because they got us, man. The first dose is free, right? And then after that, you got to pay. Yeah.
I'll tell you what I don't like. What makes me upset? I think the misconception that sneaker culture is dead is really pissing me off. Really pissing me off because, there's a big divide between the people I enjoy in sneaker culture and the people I don't. But I mean, I'm relatively new to the actual mass consumption of sneakers. I mean, my closet has gotten nuts. But I've been interacting with people who I all really like, and it's really fun to be a part of it. The commerce aspect is pretty difficult, but you look at Barry, and he just got a pair of freaking Bacons for $100, and then Samba Dunks for $20. So it really does suck that we can't hit on sneakers whenever we want, but the multiple avenues we get to get kicks that aren't necessarily on the beaten path. Yeah, you're going to spend a couple $1,000s on a pair of Off-Whites, but you can also get a pair of crazy ass Dunks that no one's ever heard of for no money at all. And I think that from what I've heard from other people who have described the Nike Talk days and the days before StockX and GOAT, that's kind of how it was like. And to be honest with you, it hasn't really changed from my vantage point, because we still have the same nice people that we can find, and we can still get the crazy ass come ups and deals and find new shit to even.
Yeah, I think you're totally right, 100% there. Like we're proof that sneaker culture still exists because of this little group that we have, you know, like our small little community of 100 plus folks or whatever on the Discord. Like, you know, not everybody's in there posting every single day, but there's a core of people that are in there that just have true love for this thing, you know, and that those people aren't going away, you know, like it's ride or die, man, like forever. We're stuck in this and we can't get out as much as we'd like to, you know. So yeah, I don't think sneaker culture is dead in any way. And yeah, as Barry has proven over and over again, there are things that you can find out there for nothing. Like just the other day, we were chatting over text, drinking our morning coffee before work, and he brought up the Nike Court Force, a model that I'd completely forgotten about. You know, just like not something, but that's like totally my style of shoe. You know, all about the ankle support, baby.
Extreme ankle support.
Exactly. So, and me being my dumb self, instead of being like, oh yeah, that is a dope model. Like I completely forgot about that. I was like, that is a dope model. I have to go buy a pair right now. So of course I did. I went and searching on eBay. And I ended up copping a dope ass pair. It's in really good shape. I think it was from the 2007 flannel pack. There was a couple of Court Forces in there, maybe a AM90, something else. I can't remember, like 2007, I think. Anyway, they're safe to sell, and I'm super happy with it. And I got them for like $50 or something like that, right?
Nice.
So there's dope shit out there that you can still get. To tie on to that, Dalton and I were chatting on the 4th because for some reason when I put a pair of Off-Whites on for that day, it broke the disc.
That freaked me out.
Everybody weird. I literally don't get it. I don't know why. Like, I'm not the first guy on the Discord to put on a pair of Off-White Prestos. Like that's nothing new.
But you're Greg.
You're like chill Greg.
I don't know. I hit on sneakers, man. It's not like I dropped.
Awesome. I mean, it's incredible.
I didn't leave a comment, but when I scrolled past, I like, oh, okay, hit the fire emoji, and then I scrolled past, and I was like, wait, that was Greg? And I scrolled back up, and I was like, that was Greg.
That's weird, man.
It wasn't like Eagles and Heat or
right.
Like USMC. Those guys have fire.
Those cats got crazy fire.
Yep.
Anyway, Dalton was like, these are more your style. And he linked me to the Airpeg 92 USA
nice.
Olympics colorway.
Nice. Classic.
I can't remember, honestly, what the original ask price was or whatever. It was like, I'm going to lowball this dude, see what happens.
120, I think.
It was 120. Okay, I think I threw out 75, thinking like this is never going to happen. And he came back with 85. It was like, immediate cop. So Diaz pair Peg 92s, which is also right up my alley. Any 90s runners, man, that's my shit. Coming my way. Should be here tomorrow. So and I guess another example of how Discord just looks out for each other, right? Like,
yep.
It's like, this reminds me of you. Here's a link, whatever. Like, or even dudes like Ian, that materials guy, posted. He was at a Converse outlet. There were those crazy Dauncey high top cons. It's like a month ago or so. They're like, it's like, this looks like a Gregatron shit. I'm like, oh yeah, I would rock those for sure. What's the price? It's like $30. I'm like, buy them and ship them, bro. Let's go. Like, so I got those. Like, and it's like that all over the place, man. Like, join the Patreon, get on the Discord. This is where it's at, man.
So I'm gonna have to bounce real soon. I actually have class at 7:00, but just wanted to leave you guys with a little something. Gonna give Nick a little discount code that's strictly for the Discord. Probably be in effect next week once I get all the products on the site, whatever. But yeah, be like probably like 10% off all regular price items.
Time to re-up, baby.
And we'll we'll discuss like the duration and everything like that. But I'll let Nick know about it.
I need to re-up.
Very excited.
Cool.
Thanks, Z.
All right, guys.
All right.
Great seeing you guys.
All
right.
Good to see you, brother.
Peace.
See you, man.
I'm anxious to see what Dalton doesn't like.
Yo, brother.
Cord forces are dope.
Cord forces are dope.
Have you seen the Stussy Cord forces, Dalton? The collabs from like 07.
Yeah,
those are dope, man.
Those are really good.
I had the whole set. Like I think I bought it at the outlet for like
suede monochrome pair?
$40. Yeah, it had like leathers, like croc skin, kind of like fall. Yeah, the yellow one. Yeah,
and then it has like the Stussy script in a real small line around the collar.
Yep, and it has definitely super dope stuff, man.
Okay, yeah, I've seen those before.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's that purple one that's the most popular to me.
Yeah, that and the yellow ones too. The yellow ones are dope.
Yeah.
And the black ones.
Greg can't go with those because they're Stussy, though.
That's right. I'm a notorious Stussy hater. And
yes.
Oh man.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. I don't know if you were there for my probably most likely drunken rant on one of the late night calls about why I hate it.
You were buzzed.
Probably. And most of the time. Anyway, no, it just goes back to dumb high school shit where Stussy was never a street brand to me. It was
surfer brand.
It wasn't even a surfer brand. It was what the rich preppy kids wore at my junior high and high school, and they were all assholes. And so I still associate it with those kids today, which I should probably go to therapy and get over that shit. But because of that, I never really got into Stussy, and I know I missed out on like a billion different super rad Stussy collabs of sneakers, especially like I've been eyeing the Hirachis that they just re-released a couple months ago, and man, they're really good looking. And
if it makes you feel any better, that's not an official Stussy collab. That was just a colorway that Sean Stussy made.
Oh, is that a fact? Okay, well, I'll cop tomorrow then. No problem.
Yeah, the first official Stussy collab was the Dunks in 2001.
Now, Barry keeps telling me I need to do some research into Stussy and really learn what it's all about, which I will do, and we will probably have a Stussy round at Trivia Night sometime in the near future.
I'm fairly confident they have a comprehensive archive of all of their footwear collabs on their website. Or at least I found it somewhere online before. Supreme used to have one of those on their website, and it's no longer there, and that makes me very upset.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I mean, that would be something I should put together and just get on the site, so we have it up on the site. But in case, because that's one of my biggest gripes. This is not related to specifically this year, but brands will put out like, hey, here's our complete, history, collaboration, whatever, or everything you need to know about all the models of blah, 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 blah. But then they take it off their site like 2 years later, so you can't get it and it's gone.
Or it's still there, but it's incomplete, right? Like I feel like they've taken some stuff out. Like I guess to promote the Discord, I've been doing next month's Trivia Night this month's Trivia Night rather is going to be sponsored by Sneaker Savant, and he's bringing out his new set of cards, and it's going to be an Air Max set. So I've been doing.
Oh, it's going to be so hard. Love it.
Oh, it's going to be so hard. Oh, I got some just absolutely killer questions ready for you guys. Study up. But there are Air Max sneakers that I know existed that I have been struggling to find any intricate details about. I'm not going to say exactly what, so you guys can't cheat. But it's just surprising to me, like how little info there is out there, like especially from official stuff from the brand. I don't know, is there just not a true market for that kind of knowledge, or are we like the 5 nerds in the world that really care about that shit? I know that's not true. Like there's, you know, millions of people out there that want to do those deep dives, but it's just the information is not like readily available.
Yeah, I mean, Dalton and I were kind of going back and forth. I think that there's just a missing piece to sneakers right now that's just like an actual like database of information of like things that, you know, people want to nerd out. There's plenty of people that are, you know, there's plenty of people that are like into sneakers but nerdy about very specific things in sneakers, and that's like the things that is completely missing, right? Because like Stussy is a big brand, but you know, you wouldn't expect let's say, you know, like my dad or you know, the next generation or even like the younger generation to know much about Stussy, because it's not, you know, it's not undefeated, right? It's not Kith, it's not whatever the hot thing is right now, but like there's you know, literally hundreds of companies like that have done cool shit and then, you know, disappeared, or, you know, like, I mean, it's easy to go back to the example of like the Information Vans half caps, right? That shoe was insane. That collaboration was super off the cuff in a sense, because Information is a relatively low key brand. You wouldn't expect them to get, especially back then, I would never expect them to get an actual Vans collaboration.
It was 2005 or 2007.
Yes. And you know, thinking like back there, like, you know, like hell, Concepts did their first New Balance collaboration in 2007, right? Like that's how odd it is for Vans to be collaborating with a brand like Information, even though like on the West Coast, Information was like really popping at that time. I think those types of like really nuanced places of sneakers just leave so much room for growth, so much room for entertaining content, and like just like a huge hole in the you know, ecosphere that is sneakers, I guess.
I think what would be really great is an actual just wiki dedicated to sneakers that is a lot of users submitted information. I think that would be really fantastic, just where you could submit. But the problem is getting the trusted information that is all correct.
Yeah.
Right. Is there some form of like Sneakerpedia? Dare I say Sneaker Wikipedia?
There is a Sneakerpedia. I don't know if it's anything useful, but I think we should just try and plug into the hive mind that it is Ian Stonebrook and just get all the information we can get.
Yeah, well,
that guy impresses me like crazy.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Well, I guess I'm not familiar with Sneakerpedia specifically. Is that like a crowdsourced information site?
So it was. It doesn't exist anymore. I actually helped Foot Locker like bring that to market.
Of course you did. Of course you did, Vic.
It's I mean, I did a ton of content for them and their social and all that stuff, but you know, I'll have to get into it another time. But it was really complicated because Foot Locker New York and Foot Locker UK were both kind of trying to take ownership of it. So it became like an internal struggle to do anything with it. And that's kind of the nature of big business doing it. Like the reality is they probably should have just paid somebody to build the whole thing and then keep you know, the Foot Locker or powered by Foot Locker.
Someone whose message is something like know your roots, something about history with sneakers.
Yeah, I mean, well, so
from the roots ground up.
Yeah. I mean, it's really tough though, to Dalton's point, right? There's so much, you know, misinformation and disinformation and just straight up liars out there trying to, you know, kind of manipulate the community that is sneaker enthusiasts, right? So you'd have to be really kind of careful as to how you even go about that, because you'd need like a really solid team of people kind of as admin, you know, approving that kind of stuff. Because even like you'd want to avoid as much as you can. I don't know if it's even possible, but you'd want to avoid, you know, like the Wikipedia thing where like, you know, anytime a player gets dunked on, his Wikipedia, you know, changes to say that like, you know, so-and-so's his dad or whatever. And like, I think that's funny as hell. And I love seeing the screenshots and the memes and all that. But I think it's one of those things where you definitely got to you got to keep that to a minimum. Otherwise, you end up like, kind of missing out on the it takes away from the integrity of what you're building, basically.
To be fair to Wikipedia, that stuff usually gets changed back pretty quick.
Yeah, it does.
And if you do that too many times, you'll actually be banned from editing Wikipedia.
Yeah. Yep.
I want to see a documentary about people who edit Wikipedia articles. That would be really interesting.
Yeah, those people have to be geniuses.
Or insane. But there's a fine line. And it's like this conversation kind of, I wish Rowett was on the phone or on the horn for this still, but this conversation reminds me of like super weird tangent, but the WWE used to not acknowledge its past. So like you wouldn't hear references to wrestlers before like 2000.
Yeah.
So like there would be a whole like universe of like what became the wrestling that is now that they just wouldn't touch or they wouldn't talk about. And it felt, as a guy who was into it for a while, it felt very empty to me. But when they started doing it, like when they started bringing in guys like back and like acknowledging like title reigns and stuff, like it felt like a reward for being a loyal viewer and someone who cares enough to want to hear about this and learn about it. So it's like, yeah, I think for people who have been in the game long enough, the complete and utter disregard to their heritage sort of it takes away from something. It takes away from what we're doing and what we care about.
Yeah, really, the person that would have to get behind a sneaker Wikipedia would really have to have a lot of knowledge. Like, it'd have to be a really, really large group effort over a long time too. Like, it'd have to be a consistent thing that would have to be updated, because it's just so much information, so many oral, so much of that information is still only oral histories.
Yep.
So a lot of it just isn't written. Like, it's hard just to find information on what like Mad Hectic was. Travis and I were talking about like an old Mad Hectic collab, and I was like, but what was Mad Hectic? I'm pretty sure it was a Japanese clothing brand, but that's about all I could find. But they had like a decades-long history of amazing sneaker collaborations and other projects with other companies.
Yep.
I mean, Travis would be my nominee for that if we had this project. Not Travis Scott for any podcast listeners. Travis Peterson, the future CEO of Nike.
Someone like him, Jordan Geller, Ian Stonebrook. I don't think Russ would be down for that anymore. We'll spare him that.
Yeah. Jordy, maybe sneaker. Or shoe team rather.
Yeah, Jordan Geller, that guy. Yeah. For Nike, he could probably write the whole thing himself.
For sure. Yeah.
But it's kind of like what you and I were talking about, Dalton. Like the challenge is the Nike stuff is. I mean, it's not easy. It's a lot of work, right? Any of that endeavor is a massive amount of work, but it's the stuff that's not Nike that is incredibly difficult, because even on the brand side, on the brand side, these brands don't keep, they don't do a good job of keeping their, archive, intact and documented. I think of like, Reebok as an example. They have an incredible archive of their products, but there's so many shoes that in like the kind of like, let's say 2000 to 2012 range that they almost never talk about again. They could easily retro. They could easily even just tie stories in because it's a piece of the progression, but they typically skip over that. And I don't know if it's because it's just not easy to find within the company, because a lot of that stuff is really difficult for these companies to even surface to the people that are doing the work that should get it, right? Like, Andrew knows, like, even doing copywriting for a company, you could be like, well, what's the story of the company? And somebody would be like, well, I just need to put you in touch with so-and-so. And then 6 emails later, you're actually in touch with somebody who thinks they know what's going on, but they're like, well, let me make sure, because I think the company started at this date. And you're just like, Like that's how like most big businesses are at this point for some reason.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, it's the transient nature of corporations is that no one like, you know, it's like my best friend's dad used to say that his dad worked at IBM for 55 years. You know, that doesn't happen anymore. In order in the economy we're in, you have to consistently move around to get any headway in your industry. No one gets promoted from the inside anymore. They have to promote themselves essentially. But you're right. It's like no one is there is no Oracle at companies that don't or not Oracle, keeper of the holocron, I guess.
Yeah.
There's none of that at a lot of companies. I mean, I think Nike probably does a really great job of it. Adidas should do a great job of it because their history is just insane. Like with where their company has gone from and where it is now. And then I mean, Nick, when I joined the Discord, you were talking about Reebok DMX cushioning. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, oh shit, I haven't heard of that in forever. And back in the day, like back when we used to think that when we were young, we used to think that DMX cushioning and DMX the rapper were the same, were like together in cahoots. So hearing that, it's just like you realize all these companies have such a rich heritage that they aren't really expounding upon. Like I would love to see like British Knights retro, you know, back in the day.
Didn't they like in 2015?
Yeah, I thought they did.
At some point, they did bring some back.
BK rods. I don't know if you guys have ever remember the BK rods, but I can't remember which basketball or player endorsed them, but they were like big ass clunky shoes with like springs inside of them, and they were like the best marketing gimmick. I mean, I think I had 3 pairs that my mom got me.
You know, bring back BKs and LA Gear lights, please.
Yeah.
Oh, LA lights, man! I'm really surprised they haven't brought that stuff back because I think in this day and age, like light up shoes, like those bitch glow in the dark shoes, man.
They never went away from waivers.
I think they would fly.
I think they bring stuff back, but they just don't do a good job of getting it out there. You know.
That might be it. Yeah. Did they bring it back, LA Gear lights, like recently? And I mean, in the last, like, I don't know, 5-10 years?
They did a collaboration with Tyga, right?
Yeah.
The Tyga LA lights thing.
Yeah. Well, so the interesting thing about LA Gear is that I want to say like one of the brothers or somehow some family member is actually the person that started Skechers. So Skechers and LA Gear actually did a collab within the last 2-3 years. And so the families are connected there. So I think LA Gear is probably actually owned by Skechers now, or, you know,
yeah, it makes sense.
Fed by that money, I guess.
All right, that's it.
John,
I'm doing an LA Gear round of trivia tonight. That's happening.
Oh, no.
I actually found the patent for BK rods, but there is no picture on the internet of BK rods. I might be making this up.
Did you imagine this?
No, I feel like
I feel like it was like a kind of a just before Converse did the catapult, right? Or right around that time.
I imagine so. It was like because I remember the catapult coming out and being like, "Wait, can you shoot pumpkins from that thing?" Like, but I was also really young and dumb. But I did find the BK Rods trademark serial number. Oh my God, I can buy this myself.
How much is it?
Do it. Don't be a coward. Come on, Andrew.
It's been abandoned since 1996. Oh man.
I got 5 on it.
If we can buy the patent for an old pair of shoe, that would be the ultimate. That would be the ultimate. A lot of dark reasons why they don't talk about them, Drew. All right, Mario, I really want to know why. Because if there were some, I mean, because we already have Satan shoes, so can't get.
Oh God, does it get darker than that? Yeah,
it is true. All right, so the last question, I'm going to hop on to Rohit's questionnaire here. The last question is, how can we improve the community? Other than me being faster at shipping shit, because that is like my ultimate pet peeve of myself, man.
Guilty as well. I've got. I still have not gotten the July Babies birthday cards out yet. I've missed a couple. Have passed already, so I'm following your lead when it comes to that. But rest assured, July Babies, they're coming soon. My apologies.
So are we talking the sneaker history community or just the sneaker community as a whole?
We could go both ways on it. I'm sure I'm good with either, whichever approach you want to take.
The sneaker history community. The only way it can get better is if there's more people. I think
100% agree.
I think we're all already pretty great. We know what we're about. This place is awesome, and the more the merrier. To a certain extent, there are like 1,000 people. That might be a bit overwhelming. But that to me more patrons for you, Nick. So let's get 1,000 people in here.
Bring 1,000 in, and we just mold them into our little pocket of positivity in the sneaker space, man.
Yeah, we'll have a separate channel for all the old guard.
Yeah, definitely.
There we go. Yeah.
So related to that, one of the things that I want to do a better job of, and we've obviously seen JT with Sneaker Savant with his cards, and Varian was on with his hot sauce, but I want to do a better job of supporting the people within the community and what they're doing every chance we can, because I think even with Pete coming on and doing his Guilty Goods thing, that's my favorite part about the community is that, hey, we now have 100 and some odd people, but let's say we've got 50 people that really give a shit about what's going on here. That's enough to really support somebody trying to do something new and taking a chance. And that's kind of what my goal is to get more people to kind of, I don't know, chase whatever that is that they want to chase,
Yeah, that's great. I mean, we've been doing that with Trivia Night. Every Trivia Night has been sponsored by somebody in the community that has their product, their brand, whatever it is. And that's going to be the prize for the Trivia Night. So we had JT with the Dunky Dunk cards originally. That was the first one. And then we did, I think, Pete with Guilty Goods after that. And we had Varian in there. We had Todd with Inco, his tie-dye brand. And we're going back to JT for his next set of cards. But that's the beautiful thing is it helps give those people a little bit more exposure, I think, and kind of turn people onto it. I know with specifically with Varian and really with everybody, I think in the community. I know that we've all probably bought something from Todd or Varian or JT at this point, or Pete. We all kind of those are our brands now. We kind of feel like we're part of it. Once they're in the community with us, it's just all big love, right? We will support you, and then they give back to the community. That's the thing. So, anybody with a brand of whatever your startup, whatever, come join. We'll support you. We love new, fresh ideas here. And we will welcome you with open arms.
Agreed.
Yep. Without a doubt.
I agree.
What I was going to say before that, as far as the sneaker community as a whole, something I'd like to. What was the question again?
I don't know. Something good we'd like to see. Something we can make improvements on.
Okay. This is probably on the line between being a negative and a positive. I'd like to see the sneaker community as a whole be a little bit more critical of some of these new designs that are coming out. I think those Fear of God California slides are...
I knew you were going to call those out.
Just abysmal. That piece of footwear for $195, I think, is just laughable. I saw they're getting a pretty negative response just in comments on Instagram and Twitter, and that's I don't want to say it's a good thing, but I think it's deserved to come out with an injection molded EVA slide that is $195, even if it is made in Italy.
So sorry, real quick, educate me, Dalton. I briefly saw some headlines and stuff on the Discord while I was working today. But this is just Jerry, right? This is just Fear of God. This is not his Adidas.
Yes, this is just Fear of God, his own brand.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm fairly confident that it's just a purely injection molded EVA slide, just all one piece, made in Italy, and they're charging $195 for it. That's kind of ridiculous.
That's so basically just like the only reason you're buying that is because you're paying for the Fear of God name.
Yeah.
The price of it should be more comparable to Adidas slides or Nike slides or whatever.
$30.
Yeah,
$40 like that.
The conversation we had on the Discord, I think we all kind of just agreed that people in the community within sneakers should expect more of these big names that they're paying a lot of money for, and that some of them are getting a little I don't want to say lazy, because they're probably not, but just a little safe with their designs and not storytelling enough. Just expecting more, because these people are put in these such high positions that they are, and maybe they're just not pushing the envelope as much as they once were.
I think at some point we will see some backlash on that kind of stuff, for sure. People will just be like, enough's enough. We're just going to abandon this and go on to something else.
Like, look at the Yeezy Foam Runner. Like, that is an insane piece of design. Like, that is not something anyone would have expected to come out of Adidas like 5 years ago, 6 years ago. And I think that's just a really radical piece of footwear design, even if I don't like it. But a lot of people, even in our Discord, really do like that thing. And it's
shout out Todd's full picture on the Discord.
Yeah, those are what, $65, $70?
Yeah.
And that's an all one piece construction. Isn't it made of like algae or something too?
Algae, yeah.
Which is really cool.
That's super dope. That's super dope. Yeah.
I think seeing stuff like that really goes to show like how much interesting stuff they can do versus just putting out like just a glorified Walmart house slipper for $200.
Dalton, what did you compare those to for the podcast listener? I'm going to turn your safe search on if you want to Google this.
Oh, yeah. Very not safe for work, but a company called Bad Dragon, who make adult toys. The foam runners remind me of.
Wow.
I heard of this before, and I did not look it up. I didn't need any more than what you had said on the Discord. But I know that I think you got Todd to look it up, and he's probably scarred for life.
Possibly. I have friends into some weird things, so.
Hey, no kink shaming here. No kink shaming. It's all good. It's all good.
I mean, the other thing about like the Fear of God slides is, okay, if they're made in Italy, I get that it's going to cost a little bit more and you're going to sell that, right? But if you did something that was actually cool and innovative, then tell us that. Don't do the cool guy thing of like, here's a picture of a pile of my slides, buy them for a shit ton of money, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I have a lot of respect for Jerry, and like he does a lot of great things, but that approach to like selling and marketing your product seems very limiting to the people that actually can come in and understand and become a fan, right? Like, it's cool, but at the same time, everybody's got to learn about you and what you do from you, right? Like, they can't learn about it from somebody else. They're not going to go searching. They're not going to come across a random Fear of God ad or a Fear of God, post and be like, let me go do my research on this and see who this person is. So if they just see a pile of expensive slides or, like the typical cool pictures, then they're missing kind of the opportunity to introduce new people to the brand, which is weird to me. So I don't know.
I could go.
Go for it.
I think the thing that I wouldn't change a thing about our sneaker history Discord, to be honest with you. I think the torrent of randomness is such a spicy, fun, wake up to, go to sleep to, great thing to enjoy. I think the the core group we have here is great. Of course, there's more people that can join. But I think what we have right now is incredibly authentic and incredibly organic in the way that it's been constructed and the way that it's being added to. Which will kind of get into what I think we could improve as a group. I mean, I don't think we can evangelize all of sneakerdom to follow our beliefs, because then we would probably be the enemy. But I think emphasizing nonconformity in sneakers is something that we should really champion. Like, I'm a member of a certain sneaker group that I don't really want to name, because I mean, most of it is really great. But when on the What I Wore Today channel, the ones that the people that get the most likes are the shoes that are the most common. I mean, they're hype, but there's only so many times you can see a Jordan 1. I mean, I see more Jordan 1s that like $500, $600 Jordan 1s than I do like Club C's that you can get for $5 if you look hard enough.
Yeah.
But I think a shoe becomes less special the more people see it and the more money people pay for it. And again, like, there's a whole world of amazing shoes that people just don't care about, that really form the backbone of why sneakers are so special in the first place. Like, I get jazzed when I see like someone on our Discord post something I had never heard of. Like, I had never heard of a Footscape until Dalton and Travis were talking about it. I didn't even know that there was more than one colorway of the Command Force. I thought it was just the Billy Hoyle. And now, I mean, I have stubby legs. Like, I'm only like 5'7", so I think wearing that would be like a knee-high boot.
No, we're gonna get you a pair, Andrew. Protect those ankles, brother.
But that's the spicy stuff to me. It's like, I don't go after Jordan 1s anymore because they don't seem special to me anymore. But I mean, there's like 26 ZX collaborations that are all super fire that you can get below retail now. Like, I think I mean, maybe stressing nonconformity is a pipe dream, but proving that a price tag doesn't make something cool is maybe something we can end up sort of bringing back. I mean, most of my best shoes I've gotten from under retail, and it's not because I'm cheap or anything. It's because I don't see the need to buy a shoe that everybody else has for more money than they paid for it. Yep. You know what I mean? So yeah, like, I think the return to nonconformity, or the emphasis on nonconformity, could really help sneakers as a whole, because all of a sudden you're not just going after the same pair of shoes on Wednesdays and Saturdays. You're going after shit that's been out there or shit that no one cares about, and making it your own. And I think that's the real special thing about what Jordan has done, is that every Tom, Dick, and Harry colorway has a story behind it, but it's someone else's story. And Russ Bankston said this on the Sneaker History podcast. It's more special to create your own story out of a pair of shoes than it is to live in someone else's. Like, you're never going to live in Michael Jordan's shoes. You're just going to wear ones that look like him. But, a pair of like ZX8000 Aquas, I opened up I started unpacking my house with those. So that's my if I had to call that a colorway, I'd say it's the moving colorway,
Was that the pair you wore today, Andrew?
Yeah.
Guess what? You got the most likes on What Did You Wear channel today. So yeah. I mean,
nice. That's us, but I think if the community at large, and I still think it is a community because we're all tied intrinsically together by aglets and soles and the tongue. Doesn't matter what we wear, we all care. But if people start looking at other shoes the way that they do, I keep singling out Jordan 1s, and I'm sorry. I mean, I know I love them; they're a great shoe, but
Jordan 1s and Dunks, man.
Yeah,
they're everywhere right now, so it's the only thing you can get, basically.
Then, yeah. So if people start looking at those the way that if lots of shoes the way that they do at those, I think everybody's going to be a hell of a lot happier too, because we're not just going after the same pairs of shoes over and over again. That's kind of all right. I'm so sorry. Last thing, but I know people are hating on the Off-White 2 that's coming out, but I think bringing more eyes to more Jordans is a really good thing. I like the Jordan 2. I was debating on copping a pair pretty recently, but every other shoe got away. But now I'm kind of fretting it. But I think more eyes, more shoes is a good thing, and I think it's going to put the brands make the brands sort of take ownership of the quality control a little bit more. Because if people want every shoe, they're going to have to fucking step up their game.
I think that's a good point because, you know, like there's so many even offshoots from like the signature Jordan models that are really great shoes, but they've been like these forgotten sneakers for so long that only the guys like me and Chris from Wear Testers really give a shit when they come back. And that ends up hurting everyone, in my opinion, because now you have these shoes that came back and didn't make the company money, didn't have any energy behind them, didn't sell well. And now it's like, okay, well, we're not going to do that again. But then that means the next group of people that came into the hobby or whatever doesn't even get to find out about them. So it's even more difficult. So I agree. Like I know that it's like a taboo thing to say because everybody's hating on the Off-White 2s, but I do think it's good that there's attention coming to one of the models that doesn't get attention, you know?
I'd love to see an Off-White Jordan 15.
Yeah,
just really go full bore into the ugly.
Crazy.
Off-White 19s.
Yeah. Oh my God. He'd probably make the flex thing out of like twine and like that would be crazy.
All right, I got the perfect 2010. So you know the circle window? He turns into a little X.
Wow.
And that's
there you go.
Genius.
Free idea. There you go.
That was awesome. The shoe that they lost Dwayne Wade over.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went to Li-Ning. Yeah.
The Jordan 11 was really good though. That's a great shoe.
Yeah.
The Jordan 2011, that shoe is amazing looking.
Yeah, it's really, really great looking.
That's why I want to do one of those weekly lists with like the top 10 Jordans that are after 14. I'd love to see like people's ideas.
Oh, we can go with that.
Yeah. Keep submitting that one, man.
I might spam the submit button on that one.
Yeah, do it.
Especially with the colors, because that shoe specifically has some incredible colorways on it.
Yeah, the gray, that like seafoam.
The gray one.
Yeah.
The gray, the red, the blue one, the all-star blue ones that Dwayne Wade wore in the all-star game. Yeah, those are sweet.
They almost look like... Okay, so this is weird, but they kind of look like the dream of what the Yeezy Quantum wanted to look like.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah.
I mean, the Yeezy Quantum, if I had to buy a pair of Yeezys, it would be the 500 or the Quantum because, I don't know, I'm just going to go full bore into weirdness.
I do like the 500
on my feet.
Yeah. I mean, I like the 500. I like the Quantum. I like the 700.
What?
I don't know. I think it's a V3 or whatever that's like got the weird stripes on the side, sort of.
The Skeletor?
Yeah, and like
the Skeletor
3M version or whatever. I just feel weird about buying a Kanye shoe at this point. I just don't think I'll buy a Kanye shoe.
I'm right there with you, man.
I'm old school not wanting to buy a Kanye shoe, even before. I mean, you know, I don't want to get too much into that.
I figured out why I like the 500, and it's because it's a Steven Smith shoe.
Yeah.
Not a Kanye West shoe, because it looks like something he would have designed for whoever he was working for at the time. Like, I can see ACG elements in that. I can see Adidas EQT elements in that. I can see some weird Reebok in that. It's just a weird, unique looking shoe that doesn't really scream any one brand, though.
It screams H.R. Geiger on foot.
Kind of, yeah. And I know
it screams Stephen A. Smith. Like, I mean, that guy's designed some of the craziest shit we've ever seen. And, you know, we all love it now, but like, it's always been out there, you know, like.
Yeah, but I can't buy that shoe because it's freaking Kanye West and that guy.
Different subject for a different time, maybe.
Yeah.
That's another show for that.
Yep.
Yeah. That'll be the after show.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I guess any last parting thoughts for you guys, because I want to wrap up because this is going to be a really long episode on the podcast side. But
no,
join the Patreon if you enjoyed this episode at all, this is exactly what our bi-monthly Zoom/trivia night calls are. It's just a bunch of nerds chopping it up about sneakers and literally whatever else they're into. This is it. Like, this is a community. Like, if you're feeling this at all, like, join up and try it for a month. If you don't like it, peace out. Like, save your $5, whatever. But this is what it is. Like, it's genuine. It's real. There's true love here. Like, we look out for each other. This is where it's at, man. Like, I love all of these guys. This the Discord's been a thing for a year, I think now, Nick, or close to, if not a year. About. And I've made genuine friends that I think I will have for the rest of my life. I've met some of them in person. Like, it's a real place, and I think that if you have any interest in meeting some genuine people who care about something that you care about too, like, this is a spot for you, man. Like, for real. That's it.
This is the loudest my voice is ever going to carry in the sneaker community, so I'm going to make a plea to whoever's listening. If you work at Nike, please give Jerry Seinfeld a sneaker collab.
Man, yeah.
We need those Huarache purple punches out again, man.
Yeah, we need.
Wait, I thought those were coming out.
They're coming out again?
I think so. I thought Barry showed me something about that. I might be wrong.
Sport Blue 6.
I might be wrong.
Just give Jerry his own.
I mean, those.
All of his shoes are coming back. Like, the Moab is coming back, but please give Jerry Seinfeld an official collab.
Yes,
100%.
I'm done.
I'll leave it on. If you're feeling down, try dyeing your hair a fun color, and it might make you feel better. It worked for me.
Yeah.
Nice, man. Nice.
Looks good.
Dalton with the Prince look right now. Loving it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very happy with it.
Yeah, this is the coolest Discord, man. So it's worth whatever you're paying for. So there's different tiers. Everybody's like genuine and everybody's very helpful. So yeah, definitely it's worth, whatever you decide that you want to pay for. And you'll make great friends too along the way. So everybody's, helpful and very, everybody's just real cool, man. So, appreciate everybody in the Discord and everybody else.
Right on. Thanks, guys. Well, it's been a blast chopping it up with you guys. Thanks to everybody that hopped on earlier and had to bounce. I know this is kind of a trial run, so if you're listening to the podcast, it's going to sound probably weird, but hey, you're going to meet all these people when you join the Discord anyway, so just get in there. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
Right.
See you guys.
Thanks, Nick. Love you guys. Peace.
Bye. All the best.
Hey everyone, this is Nick again. Before you take off, I wanted to thank you for listening to the Sneaker History Podcast. We just launched our new merch, including tees, stickers, keychains, and a bunch of other pieces you can grab to show your support for the podcast. You can purchase it now through our companion site, sittingtreasure.com. You can also get access to more episodes of the podcast by joining our Discord community at patreon.com/sneakerhistory. Plus, we've got a bunch of other fun things going on in the community, including trivia nights, giveaways, access to sneaker raffles from around the world, release announcements, and just in general, good people helping good people get the sneakers they want. Plus, we're not bought by advertisers, investors, or other big money. I'm confident in saying that we are the best sneaker community for people truly passionate about sneakers. We've also teamed up with a few partners to offer our supporters access to exclusive discounts. You can find some of those in the links in the description for this episode, and even more in our Discord. Give us a try, and if you don't enjoy it, you can always cancel the membership at any time. As always, thank you for rocking with us, and we'll catch you on the next episode. Peace.
Hey everyone, this is Nick again. Before you take off, do us a solid and head over to Apple Podcasts to leave us a review. Give us a rating on Spotify and Amazon Music, and make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel because we have even more video content coming soon. Speaking of new content, we have an amazing community of sneaker enthusiasts that hang out in our Sneaker History Discord on a daily basis. While sneakers is a connection point that brought us all together, we've all discovered countless shared passions that we have in common with each other. We recently launched a couple of new podcasts directly from our community. One of them is a Formula One podcast. If you're an F1 fan like me, the Exhaust Notes podcast is your weekly fix of Formula One fun. It's hosted by myself, Rohit Malhotra, and Todd Yates. New episodes drop every Tuesday. I've been wearing fitted hats for years and collecting my favorite teams since I was a little leaguer. It has been awesome to see so many new fans getting into fitteds in recent years. Crown and Stitch is our new talk show about fitted hats with Dexter, Keith, and myself, where we talk about fitted hats, snapbacks, throw in some obscure hats because we all kind of like some funky stuff once in a while, don't we? Copping, collecting, and so much more. New episodes drop every Wednesday. Hit the links in the show notes for this episode to give our new shows a listen, and be on the lookout for more new podcasts dropping soon. Last but not least, tell someone you like their kicks today. You never know how far a simple compliment can take you, and we all know how good it feels to have someone show their appreciation. Thank you all for the support, and we'll catch you on the next episode. Peace.